Today we will talk about the Apple Watch 8 is already on our mind. Even if the Apple Watch 7 was just announced and won't ship until later in the fall. And while the 7th generation Apple smartwatch promises to impress once it does arrive, it still leaves some features to be desired. Apple has announced a new version of the best smartwatch every year since the launch of the original, so there's a good chance the company is already working on a follow-up to the Apple Watch 7. We haven't seen any major leaks like we have for the iPhone 14. But rumors that didn't materialize with the latest model could be destined for Apple Watch 8. Apple Watch 7 versus Apple Watch 6? What's new? For all we know, Apple is still planning the flat edge redesign many people anticipated. It could also bring a new health sensor to the Apple Watch 8, since the Apple Watch 7's hardware isn't introducing much in terms of wellness. In the meantime, watchOS 8 welcomes more workout types, plus a mindfulness app for reflecting on an everyday basis. Apple Watch 8 possible release date and price. We don't know a potential release date for the Apple Watch 8 yet, but going by previous Apple Watch launches, we're expecting to see the next Apple Watch in September 2022. Similarly, there's no information available about the Apple Watch 8 price right now, but Apple has maintained the same price structure for several years, so we expect next year's Apple Watch will match the price of the Apple Watch 7. The Apple Watch 7 starts at $399 for the 41mm model, with premiums for the larger 45mm model and cellular connectivity. There's a chance the Apple Watch 8 comes alongside a less expensive Apple Watch SE follow-up, which would be 2 years old by next September. We could see an Apple Watch SE 2 starting at $279 with updated specs compared to the current best Apple Watch for those on a budget. Apple Watch 8 design. The Apple Watch's appearance has remained virtually unchanged since the first model debuted in 2016, but the iconic was tweaked with the Apple Watch 7 to accommodate larger displays in an ever-so-curvier chassis. But the Apple Watch 8 could follow the design language of newer, flat-edged iPhones, if it gets the upgrades that were previously rumored for the Series 7. Expectations of a flat-sided Apple Watch grew when shared a series of renders earlier this year hedged the timeline of the major design change, saying his sources could have passed along intel for a different future Apple Watch. Not necessarily the Apple Watch 7. Apple Watch 8. What we'd like to see? Better battery life. The Apple Watch's battery life has been rated for 18 hours for several years now, and while the company has added more taxing features like an always-on display, you still can't bypass a daily charge. Maybe with a larger battery capacity and a more efficient processor, the Apple Watch 8's stamina will improve compared to previous generation models. We hope for this every year though. Even the Apple Watch 7 was tipped for a huge battery life boost, but it didn't happen. Skin temperature reader. According to a Bloomberg report, Apple is working on a skin temperature sensor, as found in the Fitbit Sense. A Wall Street Journal report targets 2022 as the possible arrival for this capability, which would require new hardware in the Apple Watch to monitor temperature. It's possible the watch's temperature-taking ability would be pitched as a fertility planning feature. Blood glucose reader. Blood glucose reading for Apple Watch has been rumored for some time. The Wall Street Journal report mentioning skin temperature reading also confirms that Apple wants its smartwatch to be able to detect or help monitor diabetes. There are already third-party apps that work with an invasive pump. Blood pressure monitor. Like blood glucose reading, rumors of blood pressure monitoring for Apple Watch began a while back. For a moment ahead of the Apple Watch 7 launch, Apple seemed poised to announce the health sensor, but it didn't materialize. As we've seen, Samsung is still struggling to earn FDA approval for the blood pressuring monitor in the Samsung Galaxy Watch 4 and Samsung Galaxy Watch 3. The Apple Watch won't get blood pressure monitoring until it earns the necessary certificates for US application. Micro LED display. Rumors have considered that the Apple Watch could make a switch from an OLED display to a micro LED screen. It could enable a slimmer and more power-efficient Apple Watch. Micro LED displays offer better brightness and don't suffer from the luminance decay problems of traditional OLED panels. In other words, using micro LED screen tech could help boost the Apple Watch's lifespan, which stands at just 18 hours with an always-on display. Touch ID. The Apple Watch's current biometric system is pretty simple. If you use a passcode, you'll need to type it in any time you put your Apple Watch on your wrist. Considering the amount of information your smartwatch may hold, we'd welcome more security. Until the Apple Watch gets a native selfie camera for Face ID, Touch ID seems like the solution. Perhaps a fingerprint reader could be added to the side button, or even under the Apple Watch display. Even larger sizes, though the Apple Watch 7 grew from 40mm and 44mm to 41mm and 45mm, as confirmed by Apple Watch bands listed on Apple's website. We'd like the Apple Watch to come in even larger sizes. The current sizes allow for a miniaturized user experience that's excellent in snippets, but impractical for productivity. Adding a couple of millimeters to the Apple Watch might not sound like a major change, but it could give the company room to add things like stronger microphones and speakers or a bigger processor. This was all known information at the moment. Thanks for watching. If you like this video, like, subscribe, click to bell. Siri was with you.